Are you a therapist looking to start your private practice? In this video, I'm going to give you 5 tips for you to get started on your private practice. My name is Ross Capocci, also known as Mr. Ross. I'm a licensed professional counselor in the state of Pennsylvania, and I too started my own practice. I did it in 2 weeks. I don't advise it, but it can be done in that short a period of time. And so if you give yourself even a few months or 6 months, you can easily do these 5 steps. So let's get started. Now, the first step is going to be obtain your licensure. This one may seem obvious. Some of you may already have your license, and that's why you're getting ready for this step. But if you're still going to graduate school, or you're early in your career and you're already sick of your agency job, this is key. And I'm not just talking about a provisional license, I'm talking about getting a clinical license. So for example, in the state of Pennsylvania, we have LPC for counselors, we have LCSW for social workers. It's important to speak to your supervisor in your respective field to understand what your licensure options are for your particular state and to obtain those licensures through the requirements that they have. You're going to want to decide on telehealth, in person, or both. They have advantages and disadvantages to each, but overall, if you decide on telehealth, you need an EHR, an electronic health records, that's going to help you so that you can have video sessions with your clients. If you want in person, you're going to need to find an office space and decide on how many days a week you're going to need, because sometimes you can obtain an office for a lower rate if you can get it for 1 or 2 days a week, maybe sublet with somebody. Now, you may choose to do both, in which case I believe that you should get both. Either way, you need an EHR for your documentation, sending out intake paperwork. Overall, it makes it a lot easier than having paperwork that you then have to file. Next, once you've taken care of that business side, you found your HR, you found your address if necessary, you're going to have to figure out what business type works for you. Now, commonly, therapists will choose to become a sole proprietor, and that is use their name as their business name, or get an LLC, a limited liability company. However, in some states, there are restricted LLCs, in which case you have to check for your particular profession to see if you need to apply for that. In some cases, there may be other business types that work for you, and that's why I encourage you to consult your small business center in your area for some help. You should also obtain a certain number of items. These include your NPI numbers. There's an NPI number for you as a therapist. There's also, which is an NPI 1. There's also an NPI 2 if you have a facility or if you start a LLC. You'll also want to get an EIN, which is very important for tax information. You'll get this directly for free through the IRS website. Then you can use that to open up a bank account or get a credit card for your business. Once you've done that, you're going to decide on if you are going to charge for self-pay, if you are going to credential with insurances, or if you are going with both. If you choose the self-pay option, you're going to want to see what the going rate is for therapists in your area with the same credentials as you. You don't want to sell yourself short, but you also don't want to put your value too high and not get any clients. As for insurance, you're going to want to credential with them, go to their provider's page on their website, and then add in the information that we've already gotten in the previous steps, your licensure, NPI numbers, EIN, business name, and your address. Next, you're going to want to do what I think is the most important part of this, is you need to network with your colleagues and market. Now, it may seem like an intimidating part of the process, but really it can be simple. You have colleagues at your previous places of employment or friends from grad school. You also have your family and friends who you know who may already want to refer people to you for therapy. They may have a friend of a friend or a neighbor who they want to refer to you. I found a lot of success with social media groups, in particular my local Facebook group for therapists, where they could help you network and help you find out more information about what's going on in your area. In particular for me, that's how I found my office space, through a colleague, a former supervisor, as well as through a social media group. You could also look for groups based on your specialty and statewide groups. And specifically for therapists, Psychology Today may be your best marketing tool. That way, you get to put up your picture, description, and then some of the information we discussed earlier, such as your self pay rate and your insurances that you're credentialed with. That way, your client can make a decision if they feel like you're a good fit before they've even met you. Now, if you've liked this video, you might want to learn more about starting your private practice. I've included a free downloadable checklist in the description. Make sure that you get that. It'll get you off to the fast start on starting your private practice. Now, if you want more details, I will have more videos in the future about starting a private practice. I have a full program on how to start a private practice. If you are interested in this program, which will include 3 consultations with yours truly, you may check out my website at www.mrrosscreations.com/life coaching, and then go to the program and you can contact me directly through that site. Like this video and subscribe for more content, and I hope you have a wonderful day.